out. Welcome back. Love that song. That song I just groove to, you know? Just dance to. Anyways, welcome back. We got game number 3 here. Team NK taking on Team TKAG. This is it here for the round of 16. It's always a nice surprise to get a 3-game series in the round of 16 especially. When it comes down to it. So really excited that we got that here. Now, this is interesting. So this is kind of just hitting me. So I'm looking at the brackets right here. I'll actually throw this up for you guys as well.
Ro16.
I know we're moving along the draft, but this is kind of important. So here we are the brackets, as I keep stressing again. It's very important again because especially in a lot of cases, but one of the scenarios that we're looking at is the third place. Team Excellent, and they're labeled as Too Much Sugar, but of course now known as Team NK. They're right now third and fourth place. Third place, again, very, very important because you automatically move on past the group stages of the playoffs, so you don't have to play that part. Right now, both of these teams are tied at 1 game apiece in their first round matchup. And if things play out, I mean, they could be possibly playing each other in the next round if they happen to both win. I think even if they happen to both lose, they actually may play each other in the first round of the losers bracket, if I'm not mistaken. I'm not exactly sure if that's how it matches up, but I mean, holy crap. I mean, Team Kage, Too Much Sugar tied up, and then Tang, Zhang, Pang, TZP, they're tied against Team Excellence there in that series. So who knows, man? I mean, who knows what's going to happen? You do see some other results. Obviously, Lions, a.k.a. Bud Monkey Gaming now. They move on. A couple other ones are still in that second game even, though. So round 1, even already having a little bit of surprises here when it comes down to it. But anyways, enough about that. Let's take a closer look at seeing what's going on here for game number 3. So with that said, again, game number 3 here, very important. Team NK. They got a strong start with the lineup. Pestilence, Warbeast, Engineer. The bans were Ophelia. I'm going to have to look at this one. It was Ophelia, Keeper of the Forest. Corrupted Disciple. No, he was just banned. Ophelia, Keeper of the Forest, Grenix, and it wasn't Hag. Keeper of the Forest, Ophelia, Grenix, and Bubbles? And what? No, it wasn't Bubbles. Who was it? There's only one hero left. Madman? It was Madman. Interesting. Team NK banning out Madman here with one of their 2 bans. So Madman, Grenix, Ophelia, and Keeper were the bans. So you see Pestilence first picked, obviously coming out right here. Tempest a response. So Team Kage, wow, Team Kage, they got their same exact lineup. I think they're happy with that. Rhapsody, Tempest, Slither, they're like, hey, we'll run it again. We don't care. Now Team NK, again, this time around, they do got the Entry Pestilence combination, so they actually do got that working for them, and that could be a little scary when it comes down to it. But hell, Rally's still there. If Team Kage feels like that would be the best pickup, again, keeping that tradition going. And then I guess who was their final pickup? It was the Madman. So obviously that's banned, but they could easily go something like a Scout here for that suicide option, for somewhat of a similar role and similar idea of a hero. So we'll see if that may be a potential here. But the other tier bans, you got Pebbles, Bubbles, Moraxis, Wretched Ag, Corrupted Disciple, and of course Moon Queen coming out. So even Moraxis, though, being respected by Team NK, actually. They're the ones that actually banned Moraxis. So we saw Lesky Q play last game. Unfortunately, didn't get much of a game to go as far as that game number 2, obviously, being a 15-minute concede victory. So Cersei is being right-clicked. So I was just talking about her last game, how there was all that hype around her going into the cycle. We did see her the initial weekend after the patch happened in Cycle 9. But then the following weekend, she was unseen, banned or picked. And, it's like I said, something tells me might have been more of that kind of reaction after the patch, maybe dying off after that. But, hey, it's still been a very short amount of time. So definitely wouldn't be surprised to still see her be picked up from time to time and kind of see the possibilities. I know there's been points made, obviously. There's certain combinations, such as the Moon Queen Cersei combination, that is said to be pretty damn powerful. So I'm still waiting to see that as far as coming out here in the competitive scene. Moving along here, Soul Stealer coming out for Team NK. We got the Soul Stealer pickup for them. Possibly ends up in the hands of Haxorn even, but they got the good Soul Stealer Pestilence combination. Always like seeing that, of course, coming out. Their final pick, something like an Andromeda here actually wouldn't surprise me with their final pick. Maybe for that babysit perhaps of the Soul Stealer. Obviously Cersei could be on the board as well. The benefit of an Andromeda having the swap for the safety net, obviously great against a Tempest. On top of that, the minus armor that he provides with the attack armor for that matter, for something like a Soul Stealer, very beneficial though. So and for a War Beast for that matter. So they're gonna go the Cersei though. They are gonna go Cersei in the end. So gonna most likely end up in the hands of Insania here with that Cersei pickup. But so we'll see how that works out for them this time around. But so again, good to see neither one. They go with the Cersei, so good to see her though. I'm excited to see her once again. We definitely need to see more of her. She is a very entertaining hero in the end, no doubt. I mean, the ultimate has to be one of the most entertaining abilities in the game, as it basically can become anything. So Twisted Visage, as it's called. I just like to call it Shakes the Sun. that's what it reminds me of whenever I see this hero, honestly. Anyways, we got the final pickup. Running out of time here. 5 seconds left. What is it going to be here? They got the Kraken. It is going to be the Rally again. Again, don't fix what ain't broken is basically what they're saying here. So a little bit different with the Kraken compared to the Madman, but he's still a very good suicide option. And, obviously it still brings a lot to the table even earlier on in the game. I like it. I like where they're going with this lineup. Hell, they could even run the Rally Suicide if they really wanted to and have the Kraken Rhapsody mid. But we're probably going to see the Rally Rhapsody mid and the Kraken Suicide. So it's going to be interesting to see what Team NK does this time around here. As far as their decisions, yeah, you do see the swapping. Insania ended up with War Beast, and I don't think that was a plan for them. So we're probably going to have a remake here, it looks like. Oh, it looks like, okay, he was DC'd, so that makes sense. So going to have a remake here. And move on to game number 3. But again, that's it's going to be fun to see how this plays out now. So the lineup pretty similar for Team TKAG. They dominated with her in game 2. Now we have seen cases like that before. Just because it works so well in one game doesn't mean it's obviously going to work so well in the next game. Now, the thing is, obviously, they got the momentum going. They were playing against someone of a past lineup. Now they are playing against a War Beast again. So that similarity is there, obviously. However, the Pestilence, the Soul Stealer, again, Soul Stealer, though, a lot better, for the creep clearing earlier on. Those Demon Hands, very effective for that. So definitely going to see that come into play, I'm sure, as far as that being a good utility ability for the team. So obviously I'm trying to reconnect to the game right here as soon as things are going to go. What we're going to do here, since they are remaking, I'm going to actually go ahead and we're going to go on a quick break right here, guys. Stay tuned. We'll be back. Game number 3 going to be coming at you here. Team TKAG versus Team NK. Don't want to miss it. Going to be a fun finish. We know the lineups. Got some fun lineups here. Stay tuned, guys. We'll be back. Welcome back, ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls. Pretty good timing right there. Obviously, so we're in the game now. And we're ready to see how things are going to play out here. Again, so we got the very similar lineup coming out from Team TKAG. Kraken instead of Madman is the only difference here. So still a very good suicide option. Definitely a hero that can give good assistance early on in the game as well. So I think, once again, it's shaping up pretty well for Team TKAG as far as they're working out so well for the last game. Now, the early game here, you do see Kraken is headed towards the top lane. So it's going to be interesting to see if that happens. If he ends up going more of a short lane Kraken, if they're going to really change things up. I mean, the idea of an aggressive dual lane, I guess, wouldn't be out of the question. Aggressive trial lane as well, maybe. But, you know, putting Tempest in the aggressive jungle when you're going up against dual support, it could tend to be pretty damn risky. So don't think we're going to be seeing that here. Something tells me they're just up here. They're going to be defending the jungle, obviously, against Team NK. They have a Tempest, so they want to make sure that Tempest has a good time in the jungle. That's pretty much what we're seeing here. But I assume Kraken is going to ultimately end up in the bottom lane. You got your Rhapsody middle. And then, of course, Corrupted Disciple. Not Corrupted, Slither is going to be at the top lane in the end. So, now as far as the Legion side is concerned, Team NK against Cersei being played by Insania right here. Love seeing that. Love seeing Cersei coming into play against a very new hero on the competitive scene. So, always excited to see what she brings to the table. As usual, she has plenty of big ultimates to take over and whatnot, including the Tempest ultimate. So it's going to be pretty clutch to see some plays coming out from Insania. And it is kind of interesting too how, you know, talking about Cersei, Insania, we've seen it before on him, and he actually built an Assassin Shroud earlier on in the game to kind of help with the channeling of the ultimate, trying to get it off. So it's kind of interesting seeing a build like that, but we'll see if that comes into play. But again, also just with the Doppelganger, with the constant illusions, not only to harass, but even push towers and whatnot, it's very, very, very annoying and very effective for that matter. So I'm sure we'll see plenty of that coming into play here. Looks like both teams are going to be ready to go now.
It's about damn time.
Ready to move on to game number 3. About damn time. Alright, so again, gonna just protect their jungle here to start. But don't expect any interaction, as it looks like Team NK is playing it very passive themselves. You do see Warbeast here. Obviously, not going to be looking to place a ward aside by himself by any means. That would be very, very risky and for obvious reasons. So, gonna just play it safe. And now here we go, spreading out now. Okay, I take it back. They are going to be sending the Kraken top. Kraken's going to be solo in the top lane. Tempest is still going to be in his jungle. But instead, they're just going to send more of an aggressive dual lane in the end. So they are going to man up with the dual lane. They're going to go up against a Cersei Soulstealer here. And it makes sense. I mean, Cersei, if there is one weakness for Cersei, it's definitely her laning phase. I think it's safe to say that's what people talk about, how her laning phase can be pretty damn weak. I mean, she can be a great babysitter, of course, but when it comes to a dual lane setup, it can be difficult. And we see that here, so the choice from Team TKAG. That's going to make me curious to see if we maybe have Cersei go mid and maybe engineer bottom instead. But again, Soulstealer also not the best lane partner to have. Now, actually, Rhapsody is going to head mid, so Rally instead is going to be by himself, so they're just going to send a solo or suicide Rally, so that is what it's going to be in the end. I was going to hint at that maybe we'd see that, but probably not because of who's playing what, but they do send the HoN Jesus bottom to go up solo against the Soulstealer Cersei. So obviously should have a decent time, but in the end, Soulstealer should still manage to have some good farm themselves. Cersei is going to be playing in more of that babysit role here. So what Slither Rhapsody middle against the Pestilence Engineer, I think it's safe to say the double range advantage, a lot of harassment potential going to be coming out. However, when it comes to stun potential and kill potential, definitely the NG Pestilence have some pretty good kill potential. So you got to be careful, of course, for this Rhapsody Slither combo for that reason. But the range factor most certainly in their favor. But yeah, definitely some interesting decision making coming out here from Team TKAG. I mean, I don't know if they were expecting something different from. I guess maybe they were expecting an aggressive tri lane from Team NK. I guess that wouldn't have been out of the question. Something like a Cersei Engineer Pestilence to be coming out. So that's possibly why they set up the lanes like they did. But you know, the more I'm thinking about it, you know, just having the Slither solo top, just having the Kraken Suicide and the Rally Rhapsody mid, I think would have been able to contend just fine. So, again, I'm a little curious as to this decision make, but something tells me it might have been because they were thinking an aggressive trial lane could have been coming out here. from Team NK. But it is what it is. It's not the end of the world by any means. I mean, still some strong lanes, of course. Maybe just not the most optimal for Team KAG. So we'll see what kind of start we're looking at this time around. 9-man here playing the Tempest. He does have free farm here in the jungle. No blocks happening. Again, they were very aggressive with making sure that wouldn't happen. Solskjaer needs to be careful down here. You do see Rhapsody coming in. But he knows something's up. Rhapsody's been missing. They probably saw her. Yeah, they saw her pick up that invis. Or actually, that was just placed. But anyways, they got some kind of information that Rhapsody was possibly coming in for a gank. So, going to play it very safe, and that's for good reason. So, Solskjaer will be fine as a result of that. So, Slither is now going to be by himself, obviously, for the time being. But still managing some good farm. Not the biggest deal in the world, as now Rhapsody is heading back. The invis is going to be wearing off in a couple of seconds, however. Axe run on Solskjaer, 11-4 right now. Rally's managed to be 11-0, so actually Rally, in fact, there's another creep kill happening right there. Again, he's actually had a pretty damn good start considering the circumstances as far as his creep farm is concerned. So that's good to see for Team KAG, that is. And then Kraken is dominating the top lane. 24-3, 11-1 Warbase. Again, not too surprising. Kraken is a very strong 1v1er as well, especially against another melee. So his impact in this game, very, very effective to say the least. Now with sending Slither more of that middle lane, obviously I may not have as good of the start here compared to that short lane matchup, but they're definitely going to be more reliant on Kraken, of course. See what Tempest is able to pull off against that Ring of Sorcery. So last game, Ring of Sorcery, level 6. And going to be pushing tower, perhaps, but you look at the Hellhound right here, just guiding around the creep wave. So Warbeast again doing what he does best with the Hellhound, it is. Kraken really up there on the GPM charts. Holy crap, nearly 400 gold per minute for Fibelli. So he is having an amazing time. Middle lane though, Rhapsody's going to be comboed down as we're talking about. They got that double stun combo presence. They get the bloodless kill. Meanwhile though, Kraken picks off Warbeast. He dives past the top tower. Release the Kraken used to get the kill, but he gets the kill. So a couple of kills happening. Obviously the bloodlust just in time in favor of Team NK. But Kraken doing some work there for Team KAG and himself. And manages to get the top lane kill. So you do see his GPM even going up higher now, 435. I'm very curious to see what kind of build he goes for here. I mean, especially with the start he's looking at, I don't know if the idea of the Helm of the Black Legion will be the best. I want to honestly see something like, I would love to see the Elder Parasite, man. I remember when the Elder Parasite was first changed, and heroes like Kraken and Pestilence even, we saw it being picked up, and kind of just died off after that, after the initial curious phase, I guess. So, but definitely more of that fight and the combat, more the right-click presence here earlier on in the game. Helm of the Black Legion, though, would allow him to be more of that tank, and especially with the start that he has, you could definitely see that come into play here for them as well. So we'll see what Fibelli ultimately goes for. As far as that build goes, he does have Steam Boots early on, and he is starting to apply some good pressure to the tower. In fact, here comes Tempest. Does he have a Pickled Brain on the way? I believe he does. Yeah, the courier is currently en route to middle, but now it's coming to him. And so we are going to be seeing a Ring of Sorcery being picked up by Tempest right here. So this should definitely be a top tower push coming out in favor of Team KAG. Top rune, 6-minute rune. You see Rhapsody's going to box out Pestilence here, and it is going to be a regen rune, which actually he'll allow Tempest to pick up. Meanwhile, top lane Kraken, he needs to be careful. Flight coming in from Pestilence. Kraken has a charge, so he is going to be fine. And a lot of time used right there to try to set up a gank on the top side. Means obviously more farm coming out for Slither in the meantime in the middle lane as a result. So they're just moving that. In fact, Tempest making his way middle right here. They're going to actually look to push middle, and you see the flank coming in from Rally. He's level 6. He is spotted though. Cersei doing some spotting right there, spending on an illusion, but probably realize it pretty quickly. That is one. Here comes the push in the middle lane though. Can they actually defend this? Probably not. I mean, it's Engineer, Pestilence, it's Cersei. You see Cersei again get a costly set of the solutions. Look at the positioning from Rhapsody, a very aggressive foresight behind the tower, able to eat his way through to get that vision. So the Hellborn team has exact vision of where everything is. Pestilence, no, the poison spray coming out. Compel maybe from Rally. No Compel coming out. So Rhapsody gets picked off. And now this tower, will it be denied actually? No, it is actually killed in favor of the HoN team. And that will be the end of that. So, yeah, doing some crafty work right there. That was an illusion. It even got me. And that's what he was referring to. So, I hate it, man. Cersei is a tough hero to cast for that reason right there. It was an illusion pestilence, so that's why Cersei was not looking to use that compel. Maybe to save his teammate if anything, but obviously didn't come into play right there. So now they did get the tower kill, so sacrificing a Rhapsody for a tower kill, I think they will take that in the end. But obviously a good crafty play there coming out from Cersei and Team NK. Back to the bottom lane is a rally down here, and then Fabelli's still top lane. Kraken's been doing his thing up top here. He did buy something on the courier frame, it looks like, at B-Start. So, still not guaranteed that it's going to be the Helm of the Black Legion by any means, but could definitely still be that under Parasite that I was talking about. But yeah, probably see the Helm of the Black Legion. Coming out here for Kraken. You see Soul Stealer though. Can't forget about Haxorn here on Soul Stealer. In fact, may try to set something up on a rally. You got Engineer nearby. Some good Demon Hands off. Could definitely get a kill. He's right now trying to get up to that 40 soul mark, of course. And yeah, they're going to apply some pressure. Kexon, it does connect, but the Compel also comes out. And that's more than enough distance to avoid any Demon Hands. So he is going to be fine. However, this might turn into a little bit of a bottom push. You see him moving down the freeway right there. Maybe to apply some pressure. But now the top tower, here we go. They moved their way up here. And this will be a free tower kill for Team TKAG. And Kraken does finish his home with the Black Legion in the meantime. 8.5 minutes in. So again, that goal per minute definitely paying off for him there as well. Solskjaer though with his farm, 400 gold per minute, 2,000 gold saved up. I'm very interested to see what he goes for. I mean, again, knowing that you're going up against a very aggressive push kind of team, once again, the idea of a portal key, I don't know if he's going to look to go that, because unless they get that portal key as well in Pestilence, I don't know how much that's ultimately going to do for him. So I don't know if I like the portal key choice here, if that's what he goes for, but honestly, it looks like he might be. We'll save it up, but again, we'll see what he picks up. But a secondary tower going to be pushed down middle, and Rowley's going to be comboed down. Too much physical presence coming out there as Warbeast and Pestilence come together to pick him off. So good pick off from the middle end, but the top tower is killed. And that, of course, being the secondary tower. Bottom lane, Soul Stealer is pushing it, as well as Cersei, but not going to be enough. And they're going to have to fall back as those CPs are coming in, obviously. So Cersei going to go for... Oh, he's just in time. The dust comes out, but it was a half a second too late right there. And he makes his way out. So there's the portal key purchase by Soul Stealer. So again, I don't know how I feel about that. I almost want to say, you know, the Firebrand into something like a Shrunken Head, but he does go the portal key route. We'll have that initiation now, being able to jump into those fights. If need be, get a big ultimate out. We saw Fuzi for formerly Lionies First Club, of course, last weekend against Sacred in the grand finals of Cycle 9. Do some big work with Soul Stealer. Big soul for ultimate itself. A lot of fun to watch. If you missed that match, guys, you need to check it out. It is on honcast.com under the video section. The grand finals. That was one of the better series we've had in a long time. So definitely check it out.
The Hellborn have destroyed the Legion Tower.
I say formerly Lions because, again, Bad Monkey Gaming is their new name. In case you haven't heard. Bad Monkey Gaming, they're going by. They picked up a new sponsorship and everything. There was actually Hanskin made a post on the forums about it, so kind of a side topic there. Anyways, bottom tower push continues though. Obviously, there was the middle lane action to rally. He's kind of just being a little bit of a distraction though, keeping NK occupied while the rest of his team pushes out the bottom lane. And so this is going to be the 5th tower kill. So, I mean, honestly, we're seeing a lot of similarities to game number 2. I don't think it's as overwhelming, obviously, but it's still a pretty great start for Team TKAG. 11 minutes in, and they're going to have 5 tower kills already. The middle secondary, the Hellborn have destroyed the Legion Tower. 11 minutes in, 61 under goal lead. They do take over. The experience is actually very slight in favor of the Legion team. And that tends to happen when you got more of a group up and push lineup going. As far as the builds coming out here, Slither, Energizer is going to be finished shortly. There's the Astrolabe pickup on Tempest. Kraken already another 1,700 gold saved up for him. Where's he going to go? Again, still would like to see some likely Elder Parasite, but I think I might be dreaming with that. They're sticking around the bottom lane. Engineer and Soulstealer are going to push this out, but they need to be careful. Kraken is here. Okay, there's that Portakey coming to play. Portakey's away. And Engineer is going to energy field. The release. The Kraken catches him. No, the Tsunami charge to easily finish him off. And he's like, what energy field? I don't even see one. He did not give two shits about that. So, take a Fed easily picked off. And Kraken, Fabelli, he's doing a lot of work this game. 23 more 100 gold saved up. Again, very interested to see what he goes for. Soulstealer, though, he is farming like a madman. 1,400 plus GPM, or gold saved up for him. 430 GPM, to be precise. And again, that is solid. Pestilence, though, let's QQ. He's 1-0-2, only 250 gold per minute. They're going to the top lane, but no Portakey or anything. So, yeah, I don't think they're going to be able to get this jump, especially with the hasted rally. He should be fine. So, Soulstealer is able to move around quite frequently with this Portakey pickup. There's the Energizer now on top of that, so. Top lane, I apologize for that, missing that. Soulstealer gets picked off. Rally's now on the run. He gets the solo kill right there. Compels over the seismic side. He's on the run. Here comes Kraken. Kraken with the hold. This all the compelled forward. Warby's gonna be picked off though. As he gets taken out right there. Kraken is now chasing for Tempest. You do see Rally and Pestilence on the run, so Rally compelling his teammate in right there to Warby's. Probably already dead anyways, but did not even help circumstances there. And they both end up falling, so. Wait, that was Cersei. God damn it. Oh my god, I hate this hero. Sorry, I got a little distracted right there, obviously, so. I didn't miss that initial top kill, but yeah, so Cersei takes over Rally. I had to think about that one. I was like, wait a second, Rally's in the home too. Taking over Rally, using the compel in their favor, kind of, but again, doesn't really work out. Long story short, they lose two heroes, they do not get any kills, and now Team TKAG is going to finish off the last tower. You see Cersei once again kind of using the doppelganger to constantly be a nuisance here. But this is going to be a free tower.
The Hellborn have destroyed a Legion tower.
All 6 towers have now been destroyed in favor of Team TKAG, so I don't expect a 15-minute concede by any means. I don't expect Haxman to drop his items on the ground and just give up. But it's once again looking to be a very good start for Team TKAG. Now, we've been here before with Game 1. We've been here before with Game 2. Obviously, different results in both of those games. So how will Game 3 finish up is the big question mark now. Embry. Glowstone picked up, so he is going to be working towards that icon of the god. Actually, he went beast our last game for the icon. Maybe he might be going for a staff. I wouldn't be surprised to see a staff of the master. Obviously, it's considered to be a great item on Slither as well, especially if you're going to be grouping up and team fighting a lot and going for the push. So we'll see what direction Slither does decide to go for here as far as his item build is concerned. But of course, Team TKAG, it's a matter of keeping this aggression up now. Cersei going the early bound eye, by the way. He's going to send it in here to the Conqueror bit, so Cersei obviously very effective at taking out Conqueror. Constant skills, the illusions, but just because they know what's going on doesn't mean they can do anything to stop it. This isn't the quickest Conqueror kill with that said. It's actually pretty damn slow right now. Kraken, though, finding Soulstealer at the bottom lane. Haxerin, he got stunned by the release of Kraken. Fabelli's doing a lot of work this game. Portakey picked up. He uses it right there for the kill. Meanwhile, in the middle lane, Rowley's now in trouble, and he is going to end up falling. So it ends up being a 1-for-1 in the overall picture. But this is easily going to be a Conqueror kill now for Team TKAG on top of it all. Token of Life, I assume it's going to go to Slither here. Kraken, I don't think he needs it. He's way too far ahead at this point. He's probably not going to be dying in these fights this early on, so yeah, I assume Slither's going to be the one picking that up. So they're going to slowly but surely finish it off. And yeah, he's figuring out what he wants to get rid of. We're going to teach her what it looks like, so there you go. Token of Life can be picked up. Top lane, though, in the meantime, Warbeast might be in trouble. Rhapsody cutting him off the staccato stuns. I don't think it's going to be good enough, though. He's got the ulti form. Kraken's here, but he doesn't have an ultimate. Poison spray, of course, he can't be slowed. The poison burst is out of range. And a Warbeast is going to be fine, so they really try to chase him down, but Xavier just a little too squishy right there. Or, not squishy, slippery even. And he does live, so not able to pick him off, but again, Team TKAG 16 minutes in, looking pretty good. Portakey picked up on Rally now, so definitely got some more initiating presence here on their side. Soulstealer's GPM hasn't really been taken off as much anymore, only 374 per minute now. It was up in the 400s, but obviously getting caught in the bottom lane. And again, he's not going the most aggressive farming build. He went the early, right away Portal Key, got the Energizer after that even. And now he's looking to progress. But like I was saying from the beginning, I just didn't feel like that was going to be his best choice. And I think that the farming route might have made more sense. Now Tempest at the top lane in a lot of trouble right here. He has an ultimate, but he doesn't have any follow-up, so he's just trying to live as long as possible. But yeah, that's not going to work. So pushing the top lane by himself here. That was pretty greedy on his part. No vision nearby. No portal key even needed. In fact, let's QQ with that kill. He's actually now finally going to have that portal key on Pestilence. So great news for them, especially with the combo of Soul Stealer. Engineer's going to go for the port out. He actually puts the turret down. Very good choice right there to make sure to block anyone from coming in and also take the portal key from being used. So Engineer does port out, and you see they're still trying to find it. Not going to be happening. A Soul's Bulwark, though, no on Capelli. Again, being a damn hard rally. Oh, he initiated on the illusion. And now here comes the counter. He's in trouble. Demon has to fly. And the HoN Jesus does get picked off. So, again, it's, as a spectator, even as a caster, it's confusing as hell. Imagine as a player where they're all the actual same color and whatnot. Going against all these illusions, it's got to be frustrating, especially when you're roaming around trying to pick up some kills. So great use of the doppelganger right there to bait out a kill onto Rally. You see Kraken, though, in the meantime, just continue to farm throughout the jungle. So again, they got the token of life on Slither. Still has about 4 minutes and 20 seconds remaining on it. We'll see when that starts to come into play here. I'm getting word that my mic might be a little bit too low. I'll turn my mic up a little bit right here. Maybe help out a little bit. That probably helps a little bit. Test, 1, 2. Check. That probably helps a little bit. So hopefully that helps. That should be a little bit better. Anyways. Warby's top lane. He's got the Abyssal Skull, has his Steam Boots picked up here. His farm zip is about 270 again, so it's not too bad. Looks like Soul Stealer has the Shrunken Head in the works. And Team NK is actually kind of grouping up more around the top side of the map. You do see Engineer more mid, but he's trying to keep that lane from being pushed in. He is by himself currently. Oh, Kraken misses the charge. Will it matter? It will not. The auto attacks are going to be enough right here. Now, counter, however. Soul Burst right on top. The Demon has to follow. Is he tanky enough? I don't think he is. Rally Compel forward. Oh, big Compel actually saves him for a meantime. Not going to be enough. I don't know about the Compel actually. Maybe should have compelled it backwards. Look at Cersei. Takes over Rally. Seismic Slam. It hits Slither. Slither's in trouble. Poison Burst going off though. And down goes Pestilence. And the rest are going to run away. You see Cersei in that Rally form. He's going away. The other Rally on the Hellborn team. The real one picks off Soul Stealer though. And the big picture again. End result, Team TKAG does come out on top. So that initial Compel probably would have been safer to compel him backwards to save him if anything. But he actually pushed him forward even further in. Now, they do end up coming out on top, so it's not the end of the world, but kind of a funny circumstance. But yeah, see right there, Cersei taking over Rally, trying to make some big plays happen, but unfortunately just not enough. And this middle tower push is going to be a pretty big one. I don't know if it's going to be tower coming. Soul Stealer does have a buyback. Pestilence is up at 5. Something tells me he might buy back when Pestilence comes up. Granted, Soul Stealer does not have a Soul Burst, so yeah, probably not. It's actually not even going to be needed. And Team TKAG is just going to fall back from there. So the tower obviously does fall in their favor, but in the end, they more back away. It's actually, nope. Tempest is going to be caught behind. He gets compelled away, though. Maybe looking for a turnaround chance. Not going to happen, though. He's still on the run. The Hellhound's chasing. Has the vision. Pestilence coming in with that flight. 3 more seconds. Now, Tempest has an ultimate. Oh, not anymore, actually. He's just used mana to the point where he does it, but it doesn't matter. The stuns are going to be enough. But it looks like Team NK is going to try to make a pushback here on this middle tower now. So this will be a middle tower kill. Kraken's kind of nearby. He hasn't released the Kraken. Not going to find a jump. So Team NK, it kind of feels like for the first time in this game, they actually get some oomph going. They get some push going here. And, I mean, it's still a lead, obviously, for Team TKAG, but okay, it is going to be the Icon of the Goddess on Slither. So yeah, not going the Staff of the Master. In the end, he does go the Icon of the Goddess with that earlier on Glowstone pickup. So there's that decision. How is that Token of Life looking? About 1:10 now remaining. Probably not going to be another push coming out here. in the time being, so, or with the token of life at least. So we'll see what Team KAG does here. Maybe if anything, wait another just over 3 minutes, 3.5 minutes here for Congo to respawn. Then go ahead and go for another Congo kill. So we'll see if that comes into play or not. Always love the delay. I know, I turned up the mic, guys. 6-minute delay, though. Alright, so they're going to be pushing the middle lane here. Maybe, I mean, again, the token of life, it's wearing off in about 10 seconds. So, yeah, so they're just not going to force it. It's not going to be worth the risk.
The Legion have
Instead, I mean, they're going to poke on the outside, though. Soul Stealer is still pushing the bottom lane. But, yeah, not going to go for a full force. Maybe a little bit of a fake fallback going to be coming into play here. But Soul Stealer, you see, oh, he actually just points back to base, and that'll be the end of that. Pestilence has some Cersei illusions nearby with him. He's actually invis, so some extra sneakiness coming on here. But that's the team, though, again, Team KAG, I'm sure, so about 3 minutes, so probably around 26 minutes here. We'll see Congo going to be coming back up and maybe look to do him again. Nightman actually going for a barrier idol. Very interesting decision there. A barrier idol choice. I mean, there's a lot of physical presence here on the Legion side. I honestly don't know if barrier idol is a necessary item over something like a shrunken head by any means, but yeah, I don't know how I feel about that. Barrier idol is a very interesting choice here, honestly, from Tempest to make that priority. It's not that it's a bad item; it's just priority over something like a shrunken head, or even a portal key for that matter. But gonna be having the barrier idol here. As there you go, finishing that up. Rally working towards his own shrunken head. I'm not sure where Fibeli's been going. You would think maybe just finishing off a full demonic breastplate would be a course. Speaking of physical presence here, on the Legion side. Soul Stealer, Shrunken Head, Portal Key, Energizer, 1500 now gold saved up. Action back up there on the GPM charts. It's actually the top now, pretty much competing with Kraken at this point. About 450, but definitely expected to start overtaking that. And more so becoming the GPM leader, so. Team KAG, I mean, it's somewhat reminiscent of that game number 1, where they had a great lead. They won all 3 lanes out of the laning phase, but they really slowed things down after that, and it hurt them. It definitely did, and you, again, kind of feeling that here. Kind of feeling that. Now, it's a little bit less, because it's not like they haven't been trying. I mean, they have pushed all the outer towers. They've even pushed into the middle lane even, so to sit here and say they haven't been doing anything would obviously be an overstatement, but we'll see. Again, the next Conqueror, that's going to be the big mark. Around 26 minutes, the Conqueror spawn, and we'll see where Team KAG goes from there, because if they don't look to do Conqueror and maybe go for another push to try to finish this game, then it can be dangerous, because as far as late game goes, I think it's safe to say Team NK has a lot of late game presence, and with the way things are going, it could be pretty scary in Team NK's favor. So, again, Team KAG definitely under the impression of we need to make something happen sooner than later. So get these next year of items, the Demonic Breastplate, the Shrunken Head on Rally. We'll see what Slither goes for. It is going to be a Blessed Ore pickup here, so maybe even along the lines of a Sheep Stick to eventually come out, but I don't know if it's going to be worth waiting for that. But you do see, okay, Conqueror's going to resurrect, excuse me there, right before the 6-minute mark. They're going to start beating him down, so. As far as Team NK, not going to be in the vicinity. This should be a free Conqueror kill. Top lane, Rally, Warbeast are kind of going at it. Rally not going for a kill, just more so going to prevent Warbeast from fully pushing to that top tower. So yeah, it is going to be a Conqueror kill. Again, I'm sure Slither might have to get rid of his missing vestments here even though. But going to be picking up the token of life. As
monkey.
What did he get rid of actually? I got rid of something else. For some reason I'm blanking on what it was. But actually at the top lane, Rally's going to be picked off. Warbies and Pestilence come together. Pestilence with that portal key. Mass TP's coming in. Kraken, Tsunami charge. Oh, he tried a portal key there initially. Looked like, okay, release the Kraken. It will catch Pestilence. He throws the Impale off to Sun, but there's the poison spray. And now Pestilence in some trouble. So Kraken, a little bit of misclicks going on, trying to use the portal key and whatnot, but it doesn't matter in the end, as they do get the one kill at least on the Pestilence. You see the middle tower being pushed, but it's not even going to be close to enough right there. So good holds coming out by Team TKAG. So again, now that they have the token of life here, it's a matter of what they do with it now on their side. $1,300 more gold saved up on Tempest here. 3,500 gold on Soulsteer. He already has a Shrunken and a portal key, so Axerin definitely known for pooling up a lot of gold, though. Not too surprising to see that, but what is that going to turn into is the question. Let's see. Geometer's Bane, always a solid choice. I don't see why not here, especially going against zero like Slither. It'd be fun to see something like a Resto Stone. Resto Stone Soul Stealer. Double Soul Burst off. 6 Demon Hands, could you imagine? Not going to be that. So 4,000 gold saved up again. He's going back to base right now, so maybe some information as what he might be buying here. I see Penny given his frustration against those illusions. Okay, it is going to be a Firebrand, so yeah, very possibly that Geometer's Bane. Of course, going to be coming out here. Warby, Shrunken Head, and Abyssal Skull has been finished on him. A Soul's Bulwark, not yet on the Legion side, actually. You would think either him or Pestilence would be those ideal candidates. Pestilence, though, going to be going for the Shrunken Head first. How about that pickup? Staff of the Master on Rally. I love it, I love it, I love it. You know, again, we've talked about this before. With that Staff of the Master patch hit, Rally was kind of overlooked. I was like, okay, I mean, that's cool, but I don't know if that's really going to be enough. But screenshots started coming out of actually how much bigger it makes the radius. It's by, what, the 200 range or whatever. I mean, it's a 500 unit radius going in front of you, yeah. As well as 4 physical damage on top of that. He only has a level 2 ultimate now, too, so once he hits level 16, it'd be even that much more powerful. So you get a big Tempest ultimate right here with Kraken with a huge seismic slam. I mean, you have potential to wreck Faye. So, yes, that does mean that Cersei now has a even more powerful chance at a Rally ultimate himself, as we've been seeing these games, but still, I mean, it definitely has potential to be big. Here we go, the jump though for the Legion team, they jump Tempest, there's a Soul Burst right on top, and Tempest is dead right off the bat. Release the Kraken comes out, Warby's in the background, Seismic Slam, it does hit, but not nearly enough, and Team TKAG, they're the one on the run. Kraken, he's going to Tsunami charge away, Warby's going in with the Shrunken Head, chasing him down. Pestilence has a portal key coming up in a couple of seconds, not even needed. Meanwhile, in the background, we do see what is going on back here. Cersei barely alive, she didn't even get an ultimate off, doesn't matter. Slither's now getting caught, and he is dropping quickly to those auto attacks. This physical damage is just so much, man. He's trying to sneak out. Rally comes in with a compel, compelling him away. Soulstone is being comboed down, but Soulstone's able to hold his ground, and down goes Slither. Cersei was trying to take him over at the last second, but it doesn't matter. He falls. Rally will be fine. But what a choice by Team NK right there to jump in very aggressively outside of the base. Clearly, Team TKAG, they were not ready for that at all. And Team NK wins that fight big time. Engineer, Pestilence, the Engineer portal key obviously huge right there. And yeah, that was just the element of surprise coming into play by Team NK. So now here we are, 31 minutes into the game. And again, talk about reminiscence of game number 1. Definitely starting to feel that. Team TKAG has had a good lead throughout this game. And, but, you know, I know I keep going back to it, but at the same time, I keep having to catch myself because I can't blame Team TKAG this time around as much, at least. I mean, they have been playing somewhat aggressive. I mean, that right there was honestly just great play by Team NK. Great decision-making on their part as far as when to jump. So, yeah, you definitely got to give more credit to Team NK. as far as what just happened right there, but things are starting to come together. And again, as far as late game presence goes, this is a very scary late game Legion team over here with what they have on the board. Because not only do you have a Pestilence, Warbeast, Soul Stealer, all synergy with physical damage presence, but you got Cersei on top of that, who's arguably one of the best late game heroes, especially in that support role for obvious reasons, can literally become any hero on the other team. So, yeah, that's it's again. It's Team Kage still has a slight goal lead, but they're at a point now where they're not where they want to be whatsoever at this time. So as far as the decision making from this point on, they just got to keep the aggression up, I would think. I just don't see them being able to just stall this game, try to farm some more. You see big items that are coming up. I guess a sheep stick on Slither would be very impactful, sure, but that will need a little bit more time now to farm. Maybe going for the next Kogor. I guess, so what, it was 26 minutes of the last one, so Kogor's not going to be up for about 3 to 4 minutes here at this point either, so going to be a little bit of a window before that happens. But during that window, obviously Soul Stealer, he's going to continue to grow. More importantly, even though maybe even Warbeast, 4,300 gold saved up. Again, still no Soulsborne here on this Legion team, very curious about that. But seeing him get a full demonic breastplate actually even wouldn't be surprised. The Cersei continued to be more and more annoying with that doppelganger going through. And getting some good vision for the team, as well as seeing what the hell's going on with Team Kage. So yeah, something tells me just finishing that sheep stick, then maybe go here. But actually, Sliv's in trouble. Or never mind, that must have been an illusion. I thought I saw somebody collapsing from the side, but just an illusion, so not as much in trouble as I thought he was, so. He is going to survive for now and be fine. I want to see if maybe I have some updates from the other matches here as we're going the distance in this one. Okay, I do have some updates real quickly, though. Engineer's in trouble. Staccato tends to lock him down. He tried to energy field right there, but it wasn't to be. However, here comes a response. Pestilence. Rhapsody, I don't know how he's not seen right here. He's going to go for the TP. That's not going to happen, though. He tries to TP right next to them, and Panty eventually gets picked off, so. Obviously, not happening. Sorry, wrong button. Anyways, I do have some updates here real quickly as far as other series go. Team Excellent, they do defeat TCP right there. So Team Excellent, they are moving on. Again, they faced the winner of this, and Team Kage, they were looking good. They've been looking good, but now all of a sudden Team NK, they're definitely in the better position. So, and if that was to be the case, again, talk about Team Excellent and Team NK competing for that third place spot here in the standings. That could be a fun follow-up round. It's going to be Bad Monkey Gaming, a.k.a. Lion Esports Club, taking on You Love to Party in the second round. Reason Gaming versus Denali Esports is actually going to be a second-round matchup as a result of their wins. And then Stay Green is going to be playing Ice. Sweet Like Ice. Not sure who they are. They actually ended up getting a forfeit win in their first round, though. Okay, you got players like Baltazar, Adro, Macero, so definitely recognizable there. A little bit of RFAM, I guess a little bit of remake of that. So those are the matches in the second round, but I think it's safe to say Team Excellent versus Team NK is a very, very intriguing one for many, many of reasons. So anyways, we got to get there first. Obviously, that means finishing up this series here, so you're in this game number 3. Demonic Breastplate on Warbeast is finished. He just right-clicks that, so no Souls Power even needed, because he's like, I'm a man. I just go straight into a full Demonic. Souls Power work overrated. Middle lane. Yeah, again, I can appreciate what Team Kage is doing there. Shrunken Head. Oh, Soul Stealer actually activates his Shrunken Head right there. Got to assume that was definitely on accident, as they weren't really jumping in just yet. So he doesn't have a Shrunken Head, and he was definitely seen using it, so. Kind of a big deal. He did go to Whispering Helm right before this fight, by the way. So definitely an eventual similar rage in the works. But so Team Kage maybe try to keep them pinned down here and eventually go for Kongor. Could be a game plan, but yeah, Vote to Pause going to come out here in the meantime. Obviously a bad time to lag if that's the case. So want to make sure you're ready to go here in this fight. You see the barrier auto constantly being activated by Tempest, of course, at least when he can. So yeah, again, curious what Team Kage does here. At the same time, even if they fall back and try Kongor, this is a Team NK could definitely fight them at the Kongor pit. So you're in a lose-lose situation almost if you're this Hellborn team. You need Tempest to come through with a big ultimate. Again, he doesn't have a shrunken head, unfortunately, but he does have that portal key. Be able to try to get something off, so we'll see. Obviously, the Legion team, they went for Tempest last time. They got him picked off. This time, if they don't see him, they're probably not going to jump for good reason. So they know that if one big Tempest ultimate, especially with that staff for the Master Rally, who has a level 3 seismic slam now, could mean GG, and that could be devastating. So don't want to risk too much. So Kongor is back up now. So it looks like Team TKAG, they're kind of just poking it a little bit, seeing where they can make happen, but not going to break through. But again, you see Team NK, they're just like, we'll just follow you. We're fine with this. We'll just follow you to Kongor, and we'll prevent you from doing Kongor and maybe even do it ourselves. So we're definitely going to have some Kongor interaction. Pestilence, he wants to go in. Is he going to fly in? No. Lesky Q, Poison Spray comes out, and that'll stall his presence. Sheepstick gets finished, by the way, in Slither. As now Team TKAG is kind of coming back in. It's a little bit of poke back and forth. Pestilence, is he going? No, he wants to. He really wants to. The poison's not helping, though. Another vote to pause coming out here. This again, kind of awkward pause times. Oh, this is really awkward. Kraken portal keys in. Right on top of Engineer. Uh-oh. So now you actually have an Engineer here. They have this information. They see Kraken portal keying in. They have all this time to react to it. So again, a very unfortunate pause timing. So at the same time, I mean, you know, there was a countdown for it, but you know, when you're in the moment, if you're Rebellion in this case, you're just trying to take any opportunity that you can get. So trying to jump Engineer right here is definitely here you want to pick up if you can. But unless Tempest portal keys in as well, it's going to be tough. But then you need to be careful as far as Pestilence and Solstice, they're joining the party with their own portal keys. So we'll see when we come out of this pause. But this is again, they're on thin ice here on Team TKAG on the Hellborn side as far as what they can accomplish. So see what they're able to pull off in the end. Go. All right.
It's about damn time.
So here we go. What's going to happen over here? Kraken, there's a turret. The energy field is going to go down. It's going to be charged through. Here comes Pestilence. Engineer will barely live in the meantime. Solvers. There's the Tempest ultimate. Cersei's going to take him over, though. Here comes Insania, knowing his Sheepstick. The protective melody in the background. Solstice goes down. And Team TKAG, now the Tempest ultimate from Cersei going to be coming out. Kraken's going to fall right there. And Insania doing big plays. Warbeast in the meantime going nom nom nom. He comes out of ulti form. Is not able to chase to the end. Rhapsody is caught, though. And now Rhapsody may end up falling, but look at Slither. The auto attacks in the background. You see Cersei. He is very, very low life right now. He's going to avoid Talisman. Might not be the best for him, though. Oh, he took me out. No, but it's not enough. The dot damage is enough from Envy right there for the kill. But holy crap, no buybacks used right there. Oh, my God. The Tempest ultimate on both sides was pretty damn huge. But the initial one was absolutely big. I think the protective melody was big. It was a big part of that fight, though, as well. The protective melody from Panny there, playing the Rhapsody, mitigated plenty of damage in the midst of the big fight. I think Kraken survived an extra long time because of that. And we saw Soulstealer eventually get picked off. Obviously, Pestilence, Warbeast did live, but the end result was that he had to get the hell out of there. So we got a hat trick, but that was a great hold from Team TKAG. I mean, they got the big Tempest ultimate that they were looking for. However, now you have Tempest ultimates down for 100 seconds. And meanwhile, the ultimates are coming up across the board for the Legion side. So as big as that may have been, as nice of a hold that may have been for Team TKAG, I still think Team NK, they're fairly happy with the overall picture. That's another thing. I'm sure the ultimate from Rally was pretty big too. So they're going to try for Kongor again, but again, this time they do not have a Tempest ultimate. And the dangerous thing about Cersei is that she will reset cooldown. So if she happens to get Tempest here, she will have a Tempest ultimate. So obviously that's very important to keep in mind when you're looking at Cersei. And the ability to take her. I am right on that item. Yeah, all the ability and item cooldowns. Yeah, exactly. So. That's it's very dangerous here, to say the least, if you're the Hellborn team. So they get Conqueror down below half-life, but again, they just can't feel comfortable fully going for it. Tempest Ultimate is going to be up in another 45 seconds here. And now you see Team NK is going to start poking in. Soul Stealer, that's just an illusion, I guess. Brutalizer just finished up the War Beast. That's going to be delivered now. See Kraken, Fabelli wants to go in. They're going to try to ninja this, if anything. Tempest in 20 seconds. Here we go. Kraken goes in. Release the Kraken. Does go off. Slither off to the side. Poison burst. I don't even know if it hit. Seismic Slam. I don't know if it hit either. Not the best positioning. Tempest does finally go in, but the Token of Life was picked up by Soul Stealer. Team Kage kind of going an awkward all-in right there. It just did not come together like they wanted it to. And that could very possibly, they're not going to throw in the white towel or the white flag even just yet, but it's now a very difficult spot to come back from. I mean, that was pretty much the last stand effort right there from Team Kage. But now you have a Token of Life on Soul Stealer, 5,000 plus gold on him. You have the build of War based on where he's at now. It's going to prove to be too much, it looks like, in the end. So they're going to push this middle lane. No buybacks other than Slither. And, you know, it would just be him and Rally. So, yeah, this is easily going to be one Rex, maybe even two.
A Hellborn barracks has been destroyed. A Hellborn barracks has been destroyed.
And I think Team NK is going to ultimately persevere here in game number 3. And, of course, that means the series. But what a battle it was, man. I mean, Team Kage, all the props to them. Like I said, I know this is kind of a put-together team going into Cycle 10 here, more for the fun side of things. And seeing what they could accomplish, maybe get some decent money out of it in the end with a good finish. But obviously had a tough challenge in the first round, but they nearly knocked them off. And that would have been really interesting, seeing Team NK drop to the losers bracket after the first round. But now with 2 sets of racks down again, Team Kage, and they're going to fight a little bit longer here. But I just don't believe the end result is going to be in their favor at this point. 7,000 gold on Soul Stealer. Obviously, the whole store is open to him. You can open it up and right-click anything at this point. War Beast Peasants, I mean, there's only so much you can do as far as talking about items when it comes down to it. But, yeah, I mean, Cersei definitely showing her strengths here in this game for sure. Mixing with the Doppelganger as well as the Ultimate, obviously. Insane's doing a great job positioning himself. He likes to go that Void Talisman here, too. And getting himself the opportunity to channel that Ultimate and get what he's looking for. So, the fact that he was able to channel Tempest right there was absolutely big. So, it is going to be a similar rage picked up on Soul Stealer. There we go, Soul Stealer jumping in, the Soulver's Rhapsody just melts. Slither barely stays alive. Release the Kraken coming out, but Slither, of course, is going to be picked up. Tempest jumps in. He has the Tempest Ultimate. He's going to use it right there, but it doesn't even matter. You see the Seismic Slam, but they know it's pretty much over. GG, well played is being called. And game number 3. And as a result, the series will go to Team NK. A tough, tough battle indeed once again. I don't think that they were expecting to be this tough here for a first-round matchup especially, but they do take the victory. And they are going to be moving along to face Team Excellent in the following round. So again, that's exciting stuff right there for many reasons. Not only will it just be a great matchup of 2 very good teams, but obviously a lot is on the line as we keep going back to, especially with the standings and whatnot. So, well, what a great 3-game series we had to kick off this